Why am I dressed like this? I'll tell you. So today I'm going to show you how to do that, like the Y2K kids like boxy hoodie fold. It's deceivingly hard, and Big Yummo's been talking about it a lot, so I figured I would show how to do that in today's intro. If you don't care about that at all, don't worry, I still got the normal sales. Just go ahead and skip to this timestamp and it'll take you straight to the sales. About 10% or so of all the sales in this video are for $75 plus shipping or more. So decent little episode today. Let's go ahead and fold this hoodie up. How do we make this look so good for the Y2K kids? So obviously, first step, just go ahead, lay it out flat. Make sure you get your wrinkles out. If you have a full zip, I wouldn't do it all the way up. I'd give yourself a couple inches of space there. So the first thing we're doing is we're gonna make the big creases for the front of it. We're gonna make these big creases right here. I'm usually grabbing 2 points with my fingers. So we're gonna start down here, usually at about level with the pocket opening or halfway down it. It's usually a good place to start at. And then we're gonna go up towards the middle, but we don't want to end right at the middle. So I'm going to push it out just a couple inches, and I'm going to make sure both sides are like, they place the zipper like right in the center of the 2 points I bring up there. All right, so I'm just pinching it one hand, and then take my end point right here, and it should give you, if you can see that little line here. If you can't get that little line to come in, you can just run your hand along the back. That might help you grab it. And we're just taking the shoulder part and we're just folding it under, just like 1.5, 2 inches or so. And we can adjust that later if we need some more fabric for the sleeve. So, oh, I came in too close to the zipper, so I'm going to redo that. Side number one. All right, so after we do that, we have this kind of like triangle looking shape here. So that is our base. We just want this little triangle. Okay, now that we have our beautiful little triangle here, our next objective is to get these sleeves curled in, down, and around to the bottom of the hoodie. That was my knee. Did you guys hear that? Wow. Any extra fabric I have up here by the hood, I am pulling that down. So we need to get this sleeve down as far as possible. One thing you're going to have to do is like open up your hood a little bit, and we're going to pull on that. Just get some fabric down here towards the shoulders. And you'll notice if the sleeves aren't long enough already, we can just tuck it more, and that will bring the sleeve down farther. So you will have your sleeve running underneath this armpit here. So part of it will be covered, but that's fine. That's how it should be. I'm noticing in a lot of the good pictures, the people are keeping this like shoulder area very flat. There's not really going to be a lot of wrinkles up here, but once we get down to like the armpit or so, you're going to start just pinching some fabric. Maybe I should get my phone for that part. But pinching on the inside is what gives the sleeve like the curl back towards the hoodie. Pull it out just a tiny bit. So still fairly flat up here by the shoulder. Let me go ahead and do that on my right side. I don't know if you can see it or not. Apologies if not. Just in case we missed it. So underneath here on the sleeve, I'm like pinching up fabric and scrunching it. Pinching it up and scrunching it. So it's making this inside shorter so that the sleeve curls around here. And then this fold here covers up the scrunches. So we're starting to take shape here. Some people like to take their drawstrings and do like little cute little waves and stuff. Like stuff like that. You know, very artistically inclined people. Amazing. So honestly, I think this looks fairly decent. The last thing we have to do, this part's a little tricky. If you can't get it, it's okay. But you want to try and, oh wow, first try. You want to try and stand your hood up like this. So sometimes that's tricky, making it stand up. But yeah, that's a nice little Y2K cover photo here. That took a little bit of time and work, but I'm still new to it, so I'm hoping it gets easier as time goes on. But this is like the prime hoodie or sweatshirt cover photo for Y2K item. I've seen some really good comps with this photo. They get above the average market price. So if we can all learn how to do this, we can make a little bit extra money. Just a little recap. Step one, obviously laid out flat. Then we're pinching our two corners there, folding it underneath. And then we're coming underneath this fold. We're scrunching the sleeves up. Put your fold back. And then we're just making sure the hood is stood up pretty nice. And you can add little squiggly drawstrings if you want to. So let me know if that little like intro clip was useful or not. None of the sales really stood out to me. Like stuff you guys probably know about, or it's either too rare. Like I don't feel like there's any point in talking about it. But so let me know if that was useful to you or not. And while we talk about the Instagram Y2K Demon Kids, I am just now getting back onto Instagram. I used to have like a little vintage page. It's nothing serious. I just post on there for fun. But I'm gonna try and put like short form content on there. I'll put like little stories of like cool thrift store finds. I'll try and do some funny stuff. I like making like little funny things on there. So if you like following like resellers and stuff on Instagram, I'll go ahead and put my page here. You can follow it. So with that being said, I do have some good sales this week. I'm rambling. Let's get into the sales. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome back. I got a cat in my lap right here. And I'm ready to get into some sales. You might notice this is actually for 2 weeks of sales because December 9th through whatever day, the 9th through the 15th, was not a very good week. I did like 1,600 in sales, and then I didn't do a whole lot better the next week, but you will see the average sales price is up though, and the second week my average sales price was 50 something dollars. So I do have a lot of sales since I have 2 weeks, and I do have a lot of good sales to show you. So canceled. This guy was funny. He sent me an offer for 25. I accepted it, and then instead of paying on the offer, he went and just bought the item full price, and then he got mad and messaged me and accused me of changing the price. So funny guy. This guy offered me 20% of my asking price, and I just misclicked and accidentally accepted. So funny stuff. Funny stuff. Okay. This K-Juice brand. This is like the new like Peter Millar Summer Comforts to me. I've only seen people talk highly of this brand, but for me, it's just like the Summer Comfort Peter Millar polos, in my opinion. This is cheap because I got it at the bins. I thought it was cool. It's like a little periodic table with just fishing stuff on it. But you can see I've had it for a long time. So got lucky that sold. This is not a great item. It's just a vintage redhead shirt. But this is called pinwheel corduroy. It's just a very thin corduroy. So pinwheel is a good keyword if you're going to list something like that. So that was only $5. Sold it for 16. Not terrible. This, I sold a bundle of 2 jerseys to this guy, so I took a little bit lower offer on that. I don't remember what I paid. I know that this was $5 though. I've also heard good things about this brand, but in my opinion, like the sell-through just doesn't seem to be there. This is the only Salt Valley Western shirt I've ever picked up, and it took a little while to sell. I guess not the longest, but like I thought with this awesome pattern, it would sell a little bit faster than it did. And even when it did sell, it was full price of $17.77. So Travis Matthew outerwear stuff continues to be good for me. This had a logo on it, and I think it even had a little burn hole on one of the sleeves. It is still sold for 20 bucks. Some chubby shorts. I only get these if they're cheap at this point. Not the best item, but they do sell pretty consistently for me. I got this because it was $5, and it's Abercrombie and Fitch, so it's kind of hard to go wrong with that. These Columbia Silver Ridge pants, very good for me. You do have to make sure. Let me see if there's any on this pair. But like on the butt stitching, the seam that runs down the middle, a lot of times it will be missing some stitches right on here. Like where this magnifying glass is, it'll be missing some stitches. So make sure you check that out before you buy them because they're not worth a whole lot. So if there's any type of flaw, it's going to hurt the sell-through and the price a lot. Let's see, I got these at a Plato's Closet. They were on sale and they were already kind of cheap. I want to say I paid close to $5 for these, probably a little bit more. So anyways, I mean, if you guys see some brand new Lululemon stuff for, I don't know, it's like $5 to $7, I think, you're probably going to pick that up. So very nice. I thought this was a good little item. So let's see, there was a style. So Under Armour, I just look up the style code. It's on the very back of these tags. Just flip all the way back there. But some good keywords. I didn't even put heat gear in there, but I could have put heat gear. There's this little thing at the bottom, the hunt, and then I think the brush line, ISO chill. I think that was the model name. Viore shirt. If you're looking at a rack of shirts, one thing I do before I start digging, I will like look at all the shirts, see if any has like a super loud print that stands out. Then I will also look down here by the hems just to see if any of these little Viore logos were sticking out. So that's how I find a lot of the Viore stuff I get. Peter Millar, these corduroys, Peter Millar pants that are not like the performance line don't really do good for me, but these were only $5, so I picked them up anyways. Hugo Boss Performance, this has been decent for me, but it has to have this little performance tag here. Hugo Boss does usually have model names in it, so not on that one. So on this tag, so this is the Performance Hank shirt, spread collar, whatever. But all the Hugo Boss stuff will be named after, like, it'll have like a person's name. Like there was a fourth zip I sold called like the Sydney, I think. So that's what you're looking for on those. This brand, like if you see any of these little figures, this is from some like streetwear like design brand called Kaws, Kaws. Very popular in streetwear. They do a lot of collaborations. This was with was it Uniqlo? Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. Yeah, Uniqlo. So just basic little t-shirt, sold for 24 bucks. Magashoni. This is the only time I picked this up, but as you can see, it's cashmere. So, and I think it was only like 4 or something. So that's cool. This is the other jersey that was bundled with the one at the beginning. So shout out to Brian selling jerseys for buying those. These were so cool. I was kind of disappointed that they weren't worth more. Iridescent surf style pants. If you find like there's like a one size fits all windbreaker that they make. It's a pullover, and it's got the same iridescent pattern on it. Super cool. Those are worth a little bit more. This was a youth size. I usually don't pick up youth stuff, but I thought a denim Ralph Lauren shirt would be okay for a youth XL, because you know, like a women's small could still fit into this. So yeah, that's about a women's small. If you're looking at these vintage Nike basketball shorts, a good keyword if they're shiny like this is dazzle. So very nice. Had the tags cut out, still sold. I love the vintage Nike track pants. Let me show you. These things were messed up. Just the drawstring was messed up. But even with that, these still sold super fast for 25 bucks. Not bad. Just Ralph Lauren. It's 100% linen. You know, nice white shirt. Very basic. Very useful, I guess. 28 bucks. I love Rhone personally, but as a resale brand, it's starting to level out a little bit. So this is a super basic piece. I was only able to pick it up because it was $5. I think we saw one of these in my last video. I think it's cool. I bought a little sleeve of those for like $5, and this one sold for $30 because my markdown sale ended, and I did not restart it, and someone just paid full price for it. So Travis Matthew, I've been selling through a lot of this stuff. I had a lot of new tags, Travis Matthew like Corona branded things. Got them all at one Goodwill all at the same time. They've been starting to sell, so that's cool. New tag Levi's, come on. These were at the thrift store for $8. Can't argue with that. I got this Patagonia Better sweater. I don't buy a lot of these, but the full zip model I think is a little bit better than the quarter zip model. And this one ended up going 75% off because, where is it? Here it is. Just this little embroidery up here on the top. I thought it was like a super discreet embroidery. They did price it at $30 at Goodwill. That's why no one bought it, because no one wants an embroidered Patagonia for $30, except for the person that bought this. But so it went 75% off, and I bought it, and it sold within like a day. Very nice. Dixon women's flannel. I've been having good luck selling these Dixon women's flannels, surprisingly. I think they're selling faster than the men's lot that I picked up. If you didn't know, months ago, I was at a Plato's Closet, and someone donated like 13 men's Dixon flannels. Got them all for like $7 a piece. So that was awesome. I listed them all within the next couple of days. And then just like a couple weeks ago, I found a collection of women's Dixon flannels at a different Plato's Closet. And I think I know those were also cheap, but I don't remember how much they were. They're less than $10 a piece. So, and those ones have been selling better than the men's, surprisingly. But I have been listing them a lot cheaper. So that's probably why. These are BMW. If you find anything BMW like motorcycle related, it's probably good. Well, I mean, let me cool down, but it's very interesting to me, so I looked these up, and they happen to be a little bit valuable. These military pants, these are called Baker pants. It's like the nickname for them. If you ever see a Scoville zipper on something, that means it's a little bit older. I want to say these were used a lot in the 80s, so keep a lookout for that, but they can be a lot older than the 80s as well. So these, you'll notice, very bad size, 28 by 29, not a good size. If you find these pants in a like more normal person size, they're going to be worth a lot more. These still sold for $30 plus shipping, even being that bad size. Just some little Nike Chicago Bears. It's like an NFL on field. This is a pretty good line to look out for. I don't pick up like any basic Nike sweatpants or basic Nike track pants. They have to be vintage or have something else going on, like a team logo on it, for me to pick them up. So $30. You'll notice I have a promoted listing sale. I've talked about it a couple times. I don't talk about it a lot though. In all my previous videos up until this point, I've not promoted any of my listings, but I decided recently that I would start promoting all my listings at 2%. So I'm going to be putting out a video soon on the effect that has had on my store, like how it's affected my sales. So if that's something you're interested in, you want to learn about, the effects of promoting your listings, I will have a video out soon about that. All right, this was not a great item. I thought it was going to be good, so I didn't look it up and I just bought it. I think I paid $13 and it sold for $26. Just a super, super thick hoodie. And it fit really small. Like, it was very tight. Pure Malar. Just a, nice full zip jacket. Little knit thing going on. It reminds me of the Patagonia Better sweater. Canceled Scotty Vest listing. So sad. Scotty Vest is really good if you don't know about it. Let's see if we can load this in here. This is what it looks like. But so they have a bunch of pockets on the inside, and they have these little plastic screens on some of them, and these ones are just trashed. Like, I guess they're just old, but a lot of them, they'll like crack and they'll just fall out completely. So that's why this is a little bit cheaper. Let's see, Scotch and Soda, I don't really have experience with. This is my first pair that I sold. When I do find them at my thrifts, they're usually expensive. I think this pair is only $9, and that is the cheapest I'd ever seen them. So I bought them because I wanted to try them out and see how they sell. I did have these for a little bit. I had these for a little while, and I think I just listed them too high, to be honest. I listed them for $40. I think if I went for like $32.88 or some like low 30s price like that, they would have sold full price. But I ended up taking a $25 offer here. This is a nice item. I mean, Polo Ralph Lauren, and I think it's almost all merino wool and then a little bit of cashmere. So upgraded materials on a Polo Ralph Lauren, I will take that all the time. That was only $4.74 because Goodwill had it marked as a women's item. So, well, I mean, it is a women's item, so they marked it right. Another Dixon women's flannel. Oh, I forgot to mention. So the last Dixon flannel, some of them, it's got this big tag here back in the neck, and it tells you what the model name is. Some of the flannels that I bought did not have this tag, but on most of the flannels, if you look at the button, it will say like the model name on it. This one doesn't say it. It says Make America Shred Again, but I mean, you could probably figure out what the model name is off of that. So most of them, it just said whatever the model name was on the button. So there's a nice little saving grace that helped me out. little basic Lululemon shirt. I buy these for like $5. So Dickies, these were only worthwhile because they were new with tags and they were a good size. So 32 by 30 is not usually a great size, but this is like a Y2K type item in my opinion. So the smaller sizes for Y2K stuff usually is good. Got some Wallace and Barnes. Wallace and Barnes is like some premium line that J. Crew makes. They do have style codes down here. You can see it says style E54 whatever. I do have issues with J. Crew when I look up the style code. It doesn't always pull up whatever the item is that I'm looking for. That's what happened with this piece. I looked up style code, didn't find anything on the internet, so I just had to, like, I don't know. I did find a listing for this shirt, and someone got like $50 from one of them. Just copied their listing and sold for 35. I listed mine for 50 as well. Someone sent me an offer of 35 pretty quick. And I figured since I didn't even know what the actual model name was, I didn't want to get too greedy, so I just accepted 35. I only paid a couple dollars for the shirt anyways, so all is well that ends well. Very basic like Y2K vintage hoodies have been doing well for me. This is just a basic Hanes hoodie, but it's a black hoodie and it's a medium, so a little bit smaller for the Y2K kids. And what did I list this for? $32.88, sold full price, and it sold quick, so that's cool. Johnny O. This is not a good brand, but in my experience, hoodies from Johnny O do very well. And they do have style codes too, so that made it really easy. Style, and then it even has the name. How nice of them. So I paid $9 for this. It had a little stain on the sleeve, and it still sold for $37.88. I was so excited when that sold. So here are the Performance Peter Millar pants I was talking about earlier. These are the ones I do like to find. Not a great size, 40 by 32, but they still sold for $37.88. Man, all right, Polo Ralph Lauren. These shoulder things are called epaulets, and this style where it's got the two, like the chest pockets, I think it has roll sleeves, or does it not? I thought it had a tab so you could roll up the sleeves, but I guess it doesn't. So I listed this as a safari shirt. So I guess that's a good keyword because I did end up getting $40 for this shirt. It is 100% linen, so kind of interesting. Interesting color for a linen shirt like that. And it's a 2XL, so $40. Appreciate it. And then, oh, okay, this is an interesting item. So the waist on this is 28 inches, but the inseam is 35. And I was kind of weirded out. I was like, that is a very odd size for these to be. I think they're tagged 30, but you can tell the waist was tiny on these. So I keep a little mini tape measure on my keys, so I did measure these at the store, so I knew that they were small. But so odd. I've never seen a pair with a size like this. So I looked up the size. Sell-through was actually pretty decent. I went ahead and I listed them high at $37.88, and they sold very quick. So that was cool. Another one of these women's Dixon flannels. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. It says Dixon Flannel Co., and then it says the model name on the button. So that was cool. I think I could have got more for this. I was seeing a lot listed for a lot higher, but I wasn't trying to tax too hard on an item that says F cancer on it. So I just took like 40, very fair for a shirt. It's hard to be upset with selling a shirt for $40. All right, we got a little Uniqlo. This is a blazer. It is an unstructured blazer, so it's very light, very breathable, and it's made partially of linen. Where is it? Yeah, linen cotton. I kind of got tricked. It's like it looks like there's supposed to be two other buttons here. You can see the three, and then it stops before the end of the sleeve. But it looks like there's supposed to be like two buttons there, like there used to be two, and now there's not any. But I looked at all the other listings, and they all had 3 buttons on the sleeves. So I was wrong, I guess. But that sold full price, $37.88. Just a little. I kind of experimented on this. Just a very basic camo Under Armour hoodie. So, but I think I paid $9 for this. So a little bit of a risk, but it sold for $27.88, and I think hoodies are pretty easy to do. This hurt my soul so bad. These used to be Carhartt double knees, and then some artsy soul got a hold of them, and they did this to it. Like, Paranoia Studios, I guess they make like custom pieces. All they did on these was, you know, they removed the double knee panel. Like, they used a seam ripper, they cut the panel off of that. They made the legs a little bit wider, like they added their own fabric to it. And then they just like dropped a can of paint on the floor. Like, this made me really, really upset to find. Because they're a nice green color and they were double knees. They would have been worth more if they were not, you know, not customized like this, most likely. Still sold them for 38 bucks. So I guess I can't be that mad about it. I was really surprised about this. This sold for 40. Super nice, and it's pretty unassuming. Just like a long sleeve polo shirt. But I guess Pattern sold it. It is also a 2XL, so pretty nice. You know, just nice colors on here, I guess. So, unassuming item, look out for that. Here's a men's Dixon flannel, Badwood. I'm really surprised these weren't selling faster, to be honest. They're all 2XL as well, so 37 bucks on that one. Little vintage Woolrich tag. This tag is so tricky because they used this tag for so long. There is a subtle difference. So you can see the ears on the sheep. They are, like, the white part of the ear is rounded. If that is square, that means it's older than this tag. So very subtle differences. Just look up like Woolrich tag history or tag guide, something like that, and you'll be able to find what tags were from what era. So little North Face thermal wall jacket. This was really interesting. I think I paid 10 bucks for this. So just looked up this little style code, the NF0A style code, and it pulled that right up for me. 40 bucks, nice and easy. This also looked like nothing on the rack. It is Orvis. It's kind of hard to tell what's worth what with Orvis, since I think they sell stuff at Costco or Sam's Club. But they do have some items that are good as well. So this looked kind of interesting with the collar that it had. And it turns out it was all lamb's wool. So Orvis does have style codes. Looked up the style code. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember which one of these numbers it is. But look up both if you have to. You'll be alright. Sold for 45 bucks, and it sold very fast as well. So appreciate that. Columbia. This is just a nice little puffer. I look at pretty much all the puffer jackets I find. Let me go back. If you see a number on like a down-filled jacket, that's called the fill power. People want to know what the fill power is, so please include that in your listing. Columbia, if you didn't know, has a style code on these tags. It's this XO0382. It's going to be 6 digits. I think that always starts with 2 letters and then 4 numbers. So all you do is Google it. Lululemon pants, you guys know to look for that. I won't even talk about it. Burberry polo. I bought 2 of these a while ago. I think I showed them in a thrift haul. I examined like the stitching and the tags and like the font on the tags and like how strong the ink was, and everything seemed good. So I went ahead and I listed them. So 50 bucks for that one. Little North Face. Another down-filled item. This one is a 900 fill. Pretty strong. And this is what, Summit Series, right? Yeah. One thing to note about these, for some of these North Face like down-filled items, they're like slightly see-through. So sometimes it looks like there's a stain on it, but it's actually just like a dark feather on the inside. So there was like a spot right here that was dark, and I thought it was a stain, but I just messed with it a little bit, and it turns out it was just one of the feathers on the inside. So if you think you see a stain, don't freak out. Just make sure it's not a feather before you put it back on the rack. So Cabela's Gore-Tex. There's another version of this that's a lot heavier. I actually have it right behind me. I found them at the same time. So this is the lighter version on the screen. I didn't really see any comps for this one, so I listed it for like 60 or 70 bucks. Someone offered me 50, and I thought that was fair. This one, this thicker one, is a little bit more valuable. I don't know if it'll even show up, but yeah, I mean, it probably doesn't look any different. but it does have the big like flat pockets on the front. So like kind of like chore coat pockets. So that jacket that I just showed you is worth more like 100 something. All right, this item looks like nothing. I looked it up just because I'd never seen this tag before, the black label, and it turns out it's worth money. Just a basic starter satin jacket. Like there's no team on it or nothing. Just a basic black jacket, and there was something wrong with it too. What is it? At least I thought so. Yeah, like there's some stains on it, and then a little bit of fraying down at the bottom. And someone still paid $50 plus shipping for it, so shout out to them. Shoes, I mean, they're just shoes. The 990 is okay. I don't know. Not a great sale, to be honest with you. FootJoy, this is a hybrid jacket. This part is like a water-resistant, like rain jacket material, so I do like the hybrid jackets. If you're looking at a FootJoy item and this tag here, you can tell this is made of rubber. If it's made of rubber instead of just a normal like cloth fabric, then that usually means that it is like a water resistant item. So when I see the rubber FootJoy tags, like the alarm bells start going off in my head, I'm like, okay, this might have some value, because usually it is rain and water resistant, so that gives it like some utility. LL Bean, just look up the little item ID right there, these 6 digits. So super easy. I mean, a big old puffer jacket from LL Bean, and I thought this was really cool too, the color block. So $60 there. Nice. I think I paid like 13 for it. Appreciate them. This shirt looks like nothing. This is from Fair Tee. It is called the Legend Sweater. I don't know why they call it a sweater. It's just a shirt. It is super soft though. I will give it to them. They did something with this shirt. So there is a style code on here. I think this was in another video, but they returned it and I sold it again. So yeah, make sure you look out for that. And let me show you what the Fair Tee tag looks like. So this is a good item to be on the lookout for. And then another one of these outer known shirts. If you didn't watch the last video, I think it was last video, I sold one of these. I don't remember, to be honest with you. I think I've sold a couple at this point, but outer known, good item to be on the lookout for. This was new at tags. I found it at Marshall's for 25 bucks. So it sold for 70. So if you go to Marshall's, be on the lookout for that. Lululemon, nice new pants. They wanted something crazy for these. I think they wanted, fuck, what was it? It was something like 45 or 50 bucks for these at Uptown Cheapskate, but they were having a big sale. They sent me this text and they're like 40% off pants, and then I got these. I was expecting to pay like 20 something, and then it turns out that they were clearance down 60% off, so I paid $15 for these. They sold super fast for 76. So shout out them. This is the other Burberry shirt I was talking about with the other one. Something to note with this. First of all, if you have this Nova check, that's this like classic Burberry print on here. If you have that on the flip cuff and then like on the contrast parts, adds value to it. Very good. Okay, so with this item, you will see I got a negative feedback on this one. So what happened? Buyer claimed that they didn't get the item. They didn't message me or anything. They just left me a negative feedback one day. It said never received. And then I looked at the tracking and it said that it was delivered like 3 days beforehand in their mailbox. So in that case, I don't even message the buyer. Don't mess with it at all. I literally just Googled like how to remove negative feedback, and it took me to, I think it was called the seller help panel or seller help dashboard or something on eBay. I ended up finding the link to get there through like a, what is it? Like someone asked a question on a forum. I just clicked into that, then clicked the link for the seller help dashboard or whatever. And it took me to the screen where it showed like all the feedback I'd gotten in the last like 30 days. And I selected the negative one, and it asks you a reason. It's like, why is this not a valid feedback? I think I selected something that was like, reason out of my control. And eBay removed the feedback immediately. It took like 10 minutes. So in that situation like that, where they don't even try to resolve the issue with you first, they just leave the negative feedback, and it's not your fault I wouldn't even message them. Don't even mess with it. Just go straight to the eBay help thing. So, little Carhartt. I mean, you guys are looking at Carhartts, right? I don't think I even found this. I think my girlfriend found this for me. I don't know. But 99 bucks. I probably paid 40 bucks for that. Then this one, I know I paid $40 for. I found this one also sold for 100 bucks. So, let me know if you guys are paying 40 bucks for these. They're technically like 42 and some change. So, let's see. If I sold it for 100 bucks, I'm probably getting like $85 back off of that. So, I'm still profiting like $40 just for listing one item. I think that's a good deal. So, this is a good brand if you don't know it. Montbell, that's the logo. I would look up the item first. I've found a Montbell item before that I only sold for like 25 bucks or something. But if you find a big like ski coat like this, definitely look that up. So this was a down-filled ski coat. I had like a removable hood. And then it did have a style number on here. So if I remember right, it didn't even pull anything up though. So I just looked up, there's something on the sleeve. I thought it said something crazy. I guess I just looked up the EX800 right there. Yep. So I think I listed that for $150. Got a $135 offer, and the buyer was very happy. So this item was really weird. I was super confused when I found it. At first I was like, is this a replica? I don't know. Like, it has someone's name on it and everything. And this is, I think this is called like a player cut when it's super long and then the back is like split. So I was super confused. I was like, if someone was going to like fake a jersey, why would they make it the player cut? Because like a normal person's not going to walk around wearing this. I thought it was so odd. And then I looked up this player, number 14, Cassidy, probably pronounced Cassidy. I looked him up, and here's the kicker. Back in like 2005, like 2007 or something. It's like, if you're gonna make a fake jersey, why would you make it the kicker? I don't know. Sorry if you were a kicker, like, but I don't know. I came to the conclusion is like, I guess this was actually just a real like player used jersey. So I don't know why this ended up at a thrift store. But one really cool thing is, it wasn't just a normal jersey, it had this Independence Bowl patch, so made it a little bit more rare. I kind of leaned on that fact, like in my description I talked about it. It's like, I thought, what did I put? I was like, has like this great Independence Bowl patch, like very rare. I think this would be like a great item to have framed and like hang on the wall, something like that. So someone, I think they paid full price. I think I listed this for $150. I think they paid full price. It's hard to figure out like how much you want to price an item like this for because it's so like unique. I think there was another player used jersey from this era, and they listed it for like $225. And I was just hoping to get honestly like $70-ish out of it. So I listed it for $150, and it sold super fast. So yeah, that's all I got for this video. Oh, man. Man. The heck are you doing? What are you doing?